हेलो एंड वेलकम टू अ वेरी स्पेशल एपिसोड ऑफ जागरण HiTech कॉन्वर्सेशन। हम हैं आज बार्सिलोना के अंदर, MWC के अंदर, और आज मेरे साथ जुड़े हैं एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा खास शख्स। I have with me Mr. Finbarr from MediaTek. He is the VP for Corporate Marketing at MediaTek. And Dr. Finbarr, of course, is going to talk to us about MediaTek's plans for the Indian market, gaming community, and all of that. So, Dr. Finbarr, thank you so much for joining us today. Great to be here as well. I am going to jump straight away to the questions. 2023, let's just start with that. What are your plans, especially for the Indian market?
Sure. I think this year is going to be a very exciting market in India for us.
Right.
I mean, we've obviously seen 5G growth quite a lot over the last couple of years.
Right.
And I think it's been a big success story for MediaTek over the last couple of years. But I think we're seeing the growth rate of 5G overall slowing down a little bit. But I think we're going to see a different picture in India because clearly this is going to be the year of 5G in India. Now, you know as well, we've seen a lot of 5G phones already sold in India last year as people kind of expected for break. But now with the networks rolling out, with 5G becoming real, I think it's very exciting because I think we're going to see a big switch from 4G to 5G in the Indian market. And as we all know, that's going to bring a whole new wave of experiences into the devices because of the capabilities of the chipsets, because of the capabilities of on the network. And then even beyond that, I think we're going to see use cases beyond smartphones for 5G as well.
Right. So you mentioned that there's been a lot of penetration of 5G in the market and people already have 5G powered devices. You guys have been there with your 5G line of products. Tell us about the last 2 years. How has that been for MediaTek?
It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's been kind of crazy. We've seen obviously phenomenal growth in MediaTek's revenue, our overall mobile market share. We're now like 2.5 years as the worldwide number one chipset supplier for smartphones, number one in India, which is also exciting. And I think a lot of that has been driven by two factors. One, we entered 5G in the first wave.
Right.
We enjoyed the first wave of designs, the first wave of wins in 5G. And over the last 2 years, we've also moved up into the premium and the flagship tiers of 5G. But we've also kept a focus on 4G LTE because it's still about half the market.
Right.
And it's still a very important market for lots of consumers. In Southeast Asia, in Africa, in LATAM, in other markets. So we've had a full portfolio from like entry 4G to flagship 5G, so covering the needs for everyone. Right. So it's been a very exciting.
Right. You mentioned flagship processors. That leads to my next question. You guys have been focusing a lot on the flagship space, the proper 5G high-end space. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Very exciting space. So I mean, a couple of years ago, kind of as part of our entry into 5G, we knew we had to be the technology player.
Right.
And that meant you have to play in all segments, including flagship. So we made a concentrated effort to sort of refocus some of our R&D and really go after the flagship space.
Right.
We launched the first Dimensity 9000 about a year and a half ago.
Yes.
We followed that up middle of last year with the 9000 Plus. We followed it up in November with the 9200, Dimensity 9200. We've been very happy with the success we've seen.
Correct.
We've seen a good amount of design activity with the Dimensity 9000. What you sort of see here at Barcelona, and I think what's been exciting for us, is we're now starting to see what I call sort of a second wave of product designs.
Yes.
The 9000, the 9000 Plus. So we've had the Oppo Flip device. We've had Techno yesterday launched their Phantom.
The Phantom, the phone, yeah.
With the Dimensity
9000.
And that's coming to India as the first market.
Yes.
I'm excited about. So we're seeing that kind of propagate. We're seeing the Dimensity 9000 go into high-end tablets. One Plus tablet.
Yes.
Lenovo's got a tablet coming. And we're also seeing like some of our key OEMs like Vivo launching the X90 with the Dimensity.
With the Dimensity.
And so we're off to a good start.
Correct. Yeah, definitely. That gets me to my next question. And I talk about India here in particular. Yeah. The Indian government has been very positive and very focused on the semiconductor development in India, right? What are your views on that? Do you think India can be the next hub for manufacturing?
Oh, I think it's already happening.
Yeah.
I mean, we see it. Like I had the privilege of actually hearing Prime Minister Modi at the launch of the Make in India in Mumbai many years ago. I happened to be in the audience. It's a very special time for me. And I've seen progress over the last couple of years. And just catching up with old friends and colleagues from India here, I'm already kind of amazed at how much progress has been made. So it's clear that's happening and is going to continue to happen and to evolve. there's already like so much manufacturing happening in India.
Right.
For MediaTek, we already have 2 big sites in India. We're at Delhi, Bangalore.
Right.
A lot of our R&D is being done there, and that's a growing site for us. So, there's a lot of great talent there, a lot of great engineering there. I think that's going to continue to expand. So I think there'll be more and more of our technology developed by our teams in it.
Very interesting, because we're a country of young nation, young population.
Yeah.
Connecting to that, we did our first esports gaming league, the Jagran Play Esports Gaming League. You guys were our partners.
Exciting.
Yeah, we got over 1 million eyeballs on that thing. That's amazing. That just goes on to show the interest of esports in India, and the penetration of esports and how it's all like happening in real time. You guys have been there, you partnered with us. What are your future plans in terms of being associated with the growing esports community in India?
Great question. I mean, I think there's multiple layers to that, right? So, I mean, a lot of the focus, of course, goes into mobile.
Right.
And, gaming, of course, and all of that aspects of that is hugely important in mobile. And I think we've put a lot of focus into building what we call the best suite of technology to enhance that gaming experience.
Correct.
And I think that's going to continue, right? But beyond that, MediaTek is also very well known for TVs, for Wi-Fi, for audio, for a whole host of other products, right? So we could really, I think, more than any other semiconductor company, we probably touch more parts of people's digital consumer life in the home, at work, Wi-Fi, with the TV, with the whole audio experience. So I think our focus is going to continue to be, how do we enhance that immersive experience for people when they're doing these kind of gaming, esports, other kinds of applications. Right. So I think you'll see us do more.
Definitely. And your processors are like the best out there right now, the 9200, the 8200. So definitely gaming there, that's like a match made in heaven, right?
And like you saw with the Dimensity 9200, we introduced ray tracing.
Right.
We're demonstrating it right behind us here, but that's a big step forward to bring that kind of capability, which used to only be available in like PC platform, console platforms. Bringing that really realistic experience into the mobile, I think is going to be a big change. And
definitely,
you'll see more from us this year when we do the next one.
Definitely. It's been very interesting, Dr. Finbarr. Before I leave you, I have one question for you on a very lighter side.
Yeah.
Whenever we do these MediaTek coverage on our channel, on our other platforms, everybody has one common question.
Yeah.
Are we going to see an iPhone sometime powered by a MediaTek processor?
I think you have to ask that company about that. But I think, I don't think that's realistic anytime soon.
I know.
There's a lot of worlds to do, a lot of products to support in the Android ecosystem.
Right.
That's really where our focus is. And, obviously we will continue to try to move into that higher end flagship experience.
Exactly.
Deliver, an equivalent experience in the Android world. They're a phenomenal company. They do amazing products. But that's where we will focus, is our Dimensity side in the Android.
Yeah, no, definitely. Got your answer. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.